Welcome to the M.O.V.E. Show. Release your junk and move into your destiny with Dr. Michelle. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Barr, spiritual coach, counselor, and former crisis and trauma therapist. If you've ever felt like you might be the one standing between where you are and where you're meant to be, you're in the right place. Each week, I'll guide you with powerful teachings, tools, and techniques to help you clear, heal, and resolve what's keeping you stuck. This is your safe place to land and your next level upgrade. Let's release that junk and move. Make a decision, own it 100%, visualize it, and execute it. The M.O.V.E. Show starts now. Breaking patterns, claiming the vision, and moving into your new reality. That's where we are today. Once you start learning how to use this M.O.V.E. formula, you can use it over and over again. But even if you start with hope and desire and need and want and all kinds of excitement and enthusiasm and a can-do spirit, you come to a place when you don't believe it's possible for you. And if you let that take hold, and if you let that become the story, especially if there are charged emotions, energy and motion going out, it's going to have an effect. Everyone hits it. I've worked with hundreds of clients, thousands of students at this point over the past 18 years, plus my own life experiences. Some people come right in and they drop and hit up against this immediately, and others get going full speed ahead, and things are happening and miracles are coming in, and they're seeing their goals and desires before their eyes, and then they hit up against this point. There's a lot of programming, especially prior to the age of 7, all the way into what we are picking up in utero, and then in our home as a newborn, an infant, a baby, before we even understand language. And all of this is key. There's a lot of science behind it. So it's both energetic and intuitive and scientifically based. When you watch others being, doing, and having what you want, the visions that match what you're feeling called to be, do, and have you ever said or thought right in the middle of it, maybe it's just not possible for me? The program I played out in those early years was, what if it doesn't work? And if you keep asking the universe, what if it doesn't work? You'll start seeing mirrored back to you the reflection of, what if it doesn't work? And that's not what I wanted at all. And I had to shift that to, what if it does work? Entrepreneurship especially, and manifesting anything bigger and better and stronger than what you have in your life right now, requires you to become the match to receive and allow it. It's always going to be challenging. And you got to learn to work with these beliefs. Do you ever find yourself drawn to the dream, but deep down doubt it could actually happen for you? And have you ever stopped short? You're in the middle of what you want, need, and desire, and then, no, not yet, not me, maybe someday. Remember the last time I did this and it didn't work? I've seen other people get scammed, get hurt, lose everything. You want to catch these. These have a purpose. You are wired biologically and psychologically to stay alive and safe. And these things you want, need, and desire, they are about growth and evolution. And they bump up against you staying safe and comfortable and familiar. This is Dr. Michelle Barr on the M.O.V.E. Show, and today we are going to talk about dismantling those beliefs, reclaiming your rightful place in your own vision. Because if you can see it, feel it, and desire it, it's for you. I 100% believe in the spiritual principle and universal law that wherever there is a desire, a way has already been made. Lions and tigers and beliefs, oh my, is a blog post and a podcast that I did some years ago. You can Google it and find it because this is so prevalent in the work that we're doing. Every day in the work I do, I come across beliefs that have taken root in people and are keeping them from moving forward, creating what they desire and maintaining their successes. It's easy sometimes at some point when you get it all just right to create those successes, but can you replay them? Can you repeat them? And can you maintain those successes? These beliefs are driving your bus, but much of the time you're not even aware of them. At some point, they became part of you, and now they are holding you back. Identifying and letting go of beliefs that no longer serve you is at the heart of core transformation work, be it personal, spiritual, professional, mental, emotional, physical, financial. It begins with a belief you have accepted, usually very early in your life, and over time it has become fact. Your subconscious uses this belief to navigate you through your daily life, and you are nudged to notice everything that is in line with and supports this belief. Thus, you get what you expect, but it's the evidence that's showing up in response to what you are putting out there. I have seen miracles occur as soon as someone loosens a belief that had a hold on them and dissolves it and replaces it with a more powerful and supportive belief. Reality is restructured and life begins to be so very different. Affirmations were all the craze years ago, positive thought. And yet people would continue to show up and tell me, I'm saying all these things, all these affirmations, and they're not working. That's because you can't fool the body. And the universe does not listen to your words. It responds to your emotions, your energy in motion. Right now, all the rage is somatic practices and working at the level of the body with your brain and your nervous system. I've been diving deeper and deeper into that in my own life and work and with my clients. In order to transform a limiting belief into an empowering belief, you have to get in touch with the belief, determine the strength of the belief, connect with the feelings, the emotions, the energy and motion around the belief that are overpowering because they are so heavily emotionally charged. Anything else you're sending out there, you've got to then crack through the resistance the limiting belief is creating and then build a new belief. This is so powerful and life-changing, this work, and it's a game changer. Imagine doing this work, working on your beliefs from many levels at one time, physically, energetically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Imagine shifting a belief that has a hold on you and beginning to create more good and more great in your life, more of what you need, want, and desire. Pick a belief, any belief, and get started bringing it to the surface so you can deal with it head on. It takes courage. It takes commitment. This work, it works on you, but transformation is within your reach. It's right there. It's right inside of you. You cannot build what you don't believe is possible. Your subconscious mind is always looking for proof. That's why change begins in your inner world, not your outer circumstances. Your mind may doubt, but your soul already knows what's possible for you. Whenever I tell people, where would I start you, no matter where you are, when I come and meet you where you are, I will have you tap back into your desires. And then I will have you start trusting your desires again and yourself. Belief is not something you wait for, it's something you decide into and then act into. Because you see, the new actions you take instruct the body, the brain, and the nervous system about what you now believe. Waiting until you're confident is just a delay pattern. Your belief grows when you begin walking the path and not before. Think about a time in your journey when you deeply desired something: money freedom, time freedom, speaking on a stage, traveling the world, helping people full time, but you didn't fully believe it was possible for you. Something or someone will have to crack that illusion: a mentor, a moment, a breakthrough, a message. And once you move past the breakthrough, the resources, the people, and the opportunities respond. I've lived this over and over again. I'm living it right now. What you believe becomes the filter for what you see, what you allow, and what you attract. So, using my MOVE framework and having to shift these patterns, it works the same way. You have to make a decision. You have to identify a belief. You have to own the belief and then make a decision to change it, which is going to go all the way through every level of your being. And you can't leave out taking new actions to show you have replaced it with new beliefs. Make a decision to believe it's possible. Own it with 100%. No backdoors, no backup plans, no what if it doesn't work. What if it doesn't work is a way that I was protecting myself. I want you to see that, but it did not serve me and it got in my way. Visualize it, feel it now, become the person who lives it, and stop the bad habits and patterns of picturing when it doesn't work and feeding yourself over and over and over again on a loop, a vicious cycle of why it's not working. See, it didn't work. See, I knew it. See, they were wrong. Then you have to execute inspired, aligned action. Align your energy and take these new actions daily to anchor it in and shift this. If I can desire it, I can create it. If you can desire it, you can create it. This is the mindset and energy that changes timelines. So now I want you to take a minute. I want you to take a breath. I want you to activate this in you. If you can, close your eyes. Otherwise, just listen. If you can, place your hands over your heart and just take a pause and reflect. Where have I convinced myself it's not possible just to stay safe? These are also great journal prompts. Where have I convinced myself it's not possible just to stay safe? Just to stay safe. What's a dream, a desire I secretly want, but I haven't yet claimed it? What would it look like to move as if it were already mine? Take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and whisper, "It is possible for me. I believe it. I claim it. I choose it. I move. I make a decision it is possible. I own it 100%. I claim it as already mine. I feel it. I become the person who lives it more and more each and every day. I take aligned and inspired action to support my new belief every single day. I am changing timelines with this new mindset and energy. Something that I've really seen that I want to share with you. I have an analogy I use that really helps people because in this life and in this work, it's patterns. So there are times when you have come in and you say, I'm going to go do this, be this, or have this. I'm ready to conquer this mountain. I'm ready to break through. And you start moving forward and you hit up against this wall. And this wall feels very real. And then you start creating justifications, excuses, stories to tell yourself about why you can't have it, shouldn't have it, don't have it. It's not for you right now. It's not for you. It's better. God said no. God doesn't say no to your desires. God said, no, this doesn't work for me. Now remember, this is key right here. When I just said God does not say no to your desires, God chooses the hows. Spirit chooses the hows. And we leave the hows to the universe. But if you can stay with the essence of how you want to feel, how you want to live, what you want to be, do, and have without getting into the how, if it is a desire within you, wherever there is a desire, a way has already been made. Tell yourself that every time. And then when you bump up against that wall where you will, now remember, here's the person and they start working with me, or they start, January 1 or their birthday, or after they've had a traumatic. Don't wait to use pain as a motivator and have pain move you out of things. Waiting to move until you've had enough pain. I taught myself to move toward pleasure, and guess what happened? I stopped having so much pain. I don't need pain as a motivator because now I trust my desires. So you start moving forward, and then you get to this wall. And like I said, for some people, it's right here. The minute they commit, it's all coming up. For some people, it's here. For some people, it's here. I tell my clients, do not judge. So they come up to this wall and then they start telling the stories, and it appears there's no way through this wall. Now, this is one of the reasons, this wall, why I'm never without a coach. I have not been without a coach since 2009 because it helps me get past this point much faster and easier. There were times this would send me back to my bed, back to my chair, back to watching Lifetime movies and eating ice cream on the couch, back to my pajamas, back to giving in and giving up for very long periods of time. And now I turn that into short periods of self-care and a pause. So you get to this wall, and when all this happens, you say, I'll come back later. I'll come back later. And then you're praying from even a place of more desperation often, and scarcity and lack. Oh, please, why can't I have this? Why can't this happen for me? You didn't claim it. You didn't own it. You didn't make a decision and choose it and then take the actions. So you go away. But I'm here to tell you, a day, a week, a month, years. Now, if at any point you truly stop desiring it, okay, that's one thing, but not going back to these, what is the norm, the habits and patterns of, this time I'm going to desire, I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to keep myself small, safe, comfortable, familiar. I'm going to set a desire or a need or a want that I think I can have. That doesn't serve you in the long run at all. In fact, it jams up a bunch of stuff because you convince yourself it's okay and enough and that you're fine. but inside your body and your soul know, and they pick up on it. The body knows first. So you come back up to this wall. But when you do the core transformation belief work and you have that breakthrough, you get to the other side of the wall. And when you turn around, the wall is gone because it was an illusion. I'm telling you. The other thing I really want to talk to you about with this, because we're amplifying your desires. If you've been following me through all my episodes, if you read my books, I will really get you tapped back into your desires and claiming them and choosing them and making decisions and moving forward. I've had lots of friends and clients that have that moment. You know, that moment when it seems like out of nowhere, the rug gets pulled out from under you. You're forced out of a job, a relationship, you have great loss. And I'm telling you, it's not random. And when you can understand it, I want you to really get this. You have this desire. The things that come to you the fastest, you always have a level of desire and a level of resistance, and then your beliefs play into it. Where you have the highest desire, where you have the highest desire and the lowest resistance, those are the places where things come in really fast. And sometimes it's like, well, I really needed this money to pay my electric bill, or I really needed a new car, but look what came in. Where you have the highest desire and the highest resistance, these are the ones you got to deal with. Because what happens is you have the desire, you're putting all these things in place. The universe, remember, ask and it is given. It is sacred law found in every sacred text. It is universal law. The universe has to deliver it. But you keep throwing out these conflicting stories and you keep holding these counter intentions, and the universe has to keep delivering it to you. So it's pushing and pushing. And if you don't take the actions, especially if you don't take the actions toward what you want, and even more, if you start doing things that move you away from what you want, you are always moving either toward or away from what you want. Always, every decision, every word, every thought, every feeling, every movement in every moment. And that is when I will tell that person, either start taking big, I even want to say massive, aligned, inspired action toward what you want, or stop desiring it. And that's a hard one because that's coming from deep inside you. That's coming from when you were a child before you didn't believe that you couldn't have what you want. That's those earliest visions and the visions that catch you after you've been in a sound bath or a meditation or walked by the ocean or seen a beautiful piece of artwork and it hits you. Stop desiring or start moving toward it, or you will have a rug being pulled out from you moment. Now, I won't discount those. I've had some people devastated in the moment, but seeing amazing what was trying to happen. That's the point where you say, what is trying to happen here? And you open and expand rather than saying, why is this happening to me? What am I doing? What do I need to do? Why can't I have it? And constricting, you just stop and you say, what is trying to happen here? And then you have to reframe and readjust and recharge and restart. I want you to remember all these things. And it's not in that moment when everything is coming out from under you that you want to go get help or learn this or be Googling, what do I do when, or where's a coach? You want to know and do and practice these things so you don't get in those moments, and so you know what to do when you do get in those moments. Stop desiring or start moving. If you missed the first 4 episodes of the M.O.V.E. show, they take you through the M.O.V.E. each a whole show, and you can start working with this. And if this really resonates with you, look at the giveaway or go to my website, michellebarr.com, my free 21-day email course. It starts the minute you sign up for it. It's my gift to you. Day one comes to you, and for 21 days, I walk you through this whole move forward and moving forward. I invite you to look me up. I'm on Facebook every day, teaching, training, inspiring, motivating, energizing you. Reach out, connect with me. I'm on all the social media. If you prefer Instagram, TikTok, I've got lots of videos and reels over there. I have got a whole series of videos on my website that are free for you to watch, that are the top questions I get asked that I answer. Take a deep breath as I remind you, your destiny is a daily decision. Your destiny is a daily decision. You choose it over and over again every day. Let's move together. Look up my books on Amazon, Michelle Barr. Go to my website. It is possible for you. Believe it, choose it, and move. You've been listening to The M.O.V.E. Show. Release your junk and move into your destiny. Catch us every first and third Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And let's keep the conversation going. Connect with me on social at Michelle Barr Coach. And if you're ready for your next step, grab my latest bestseller, Loving What's Next, at michellebarr.com. Until next time, keep clearing the junk. Make a decision, own it 100%, visualize it, and execute it. Until next time, remember to keep moving.